Echoes of the valley. The Los Angeles sun beat down on Maya's worn canvas shoes as she navigated the crowded aisles of the Studio City Farmers Market. The scent of ripe mangoes and blooming jasmine hung heavy in the air, a welcome change from the sterile environment of the law firm where she interned. Maya, a bright, ambitious young woman with roots stretching back to a small village in India, felt the weight of expectation on her shoulders. Her parents, first generation immigrants, had sacrificed everything for her to succeed. Success in their eyes meant a prestigious job, a respectable Indian husband, and a life lived according to tradition. She was drawn to a stall overflowing with vibrant, hand painted ceramics. Behind it stood Liam, a man whose sun-streaked blonde hair and easy smile seemed to radiate the very Californian sunshine she was trying to escape. He was talking animatedly to a customer, his voice a mellow baritone that cut through the market noise. These are all made by local artists, Liam was saying, gesturing to a set of brightly colored bowls. Each one is unique, just like the people who live here in LA. Maya, usually reserved, found herself drawn closer. Something about his genuine enthusiasm and open face disarmed her. As the customer left, Liam noticed her. Hey there. Anything catch your eye? His blue eyes twinkled mischievously. Maya, flustered, pointed to a small, delicate ceramic elephant painted with intricate patterns. This is beautiful. That's a favorite. Reminds me of my travels in Thailand, Liam said, his gaze softening. My mom used to collect elephants, so they brought good luck. They talked for what felt like minutes, but was closer to an hour. She learned Liam was a struggling artist, passionate about his work and deeply connected to the art scene. He, in turn, listened intently as she spoke about her demanding studies and the constant pressure to conform to her parents' expectations. There was an undeniable spark, a quiet understanding that transcended their vastly different backgrounds. As Maya finally glanced at her watch, guilt washed over her. I have to go. My parents are expecting me for dinner. Can I see you again? Liam asked, a hint of vulnerability in his voice. May hesitated. A part of her longed to say yes, to explore this unexpected connection. But the weight of her family's expectations pressed down on her. I don't know. She wrote down her number on a scrap of paper and handed it to him with a nervous smile. Maybe. That night, as she sat through a silent dinner with her family, the aroma of spices and the familiar rhythm of their Hindi conversation felt suffocating. Liam's face, his warm smile, and the feeling of lightness she'd experienced at the market haunted her. She knew deep down that this encounter had the potential to change everything. Brushstrokes of rebellion. Days turned into weeks, and Liam didn't call. Maya tried to convince herself it was for the best. He was a distraction, a beautiful, intoxicating dream that she couldn't afford to indulge. She focused on her studies, burying herself in legal texts and trying to ignore the ache in her chest. One Saturday, desperate for a change of scenery, Maya found herself wandering through an art gallery in Culver City. She was captivated by the bold colors and abstract forms, a stark contrast to the rigid order of her life. And then she saw it, a familiar ceramic elephant displayed prominently on a pedestal. Next to it, a small card read, Liam O'Connell. Her heart leaped. He was here. Suddenly, she heard his voice. I didn't think I'd see you here. She turned to find Liam standing behind her, his expression a mixture of surprise and relief. I didn't know you were exhibiting here, Maya stammered, feeling a blush creep up her neck. It's a small show, he said, shrugging. But it's a start. I almost gave up hope you'd call. Maya's silence told him everything. Look, I know your life is complicated, Liam continued softly, but I couldn't just let this go. I felt something real with you, Maya, something I haven't felt with anyone else. His words were like a gentle brushstroke on a blank canvas, awakening something dormant within her. She looked into his eyes and saw not judgment, but genuine affection. I'm scared, Maya admitted, her voice barely a whisper. My parents, they have a very specific idea of what my life should be. Liam took her hand, his touch sending a jolt of electricity through her. Your life is yours, Maya, not theirs. You deserve to be happy. That day, Maya made a decision. She wouldn't let fear dictate her life. She would explore this connection with Liam no matter the consequences. They spent the rest of the afternoon wandering through the gallery, talking about art, dreams, and the complexities of their lives. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the city, Liam took her to a hidden rooftop bar overlooking the Hollywood Hills. "This is my favorite place in LA," he said, gesturing to the panoramic view. "It reminds me that anything is possible." Under the glittering lights of the city, they shared their first kiss. It was a kiss filled with longing, hope, and a touch of defiance. It was a kiss that sealed their fate, binding them together in a love that defied expectations.
Cracks in the facade, Maya and Liam started seeing each other in secret. Stolen moments at coffee shops, late-night phone calls, and clandestine dates in hidden corners of the city. It was exhilarating and exhausting, a constant balancing act between two worlds. Liam was everything Maya wasn't supposed to want. He was free-spirited, artistic, and financially unstable. He represented a life of passion and uncertainty, a stark contrast to the secure, predictable future her parents envisioned. Yet with every passing day, Maya found herself falling deeper in love with him. One evening, while driving Maya home, Liam pulled over to a secluded overlook with a breathtaking view of the city. "I need to tell you something," he said, his voice serious. "I'm working on a big project, a mural for a community center in East UA. It's a chance for me to really make a difference." Maya's heart swelled with pride. "That's amazing, Liam." "The thing is," he continued, "it's unpaid. And I'm running out of money. I might have to move back in with my parents in San Diego." Maya's heart sank. This was the reality of his life, the uncertainty she had been trying to ignore. "I don't want to lose you, Maya," Liam said, taking her hand. "But I also don't want to hold you back. You deserve someone who can give you the life you deserve." His words were a painful reminder of the chasm between them. Could she truly build a life with someone so different from her? Could she defy her parents' expectations and choose love over security? Adding to the pressure, her parents had been subtly pushing her towards a marriage proposal from a well-respected Indian doctor. They arranged meetings and subtly pressured her to consider him as a potential husband. One night, during a particularly tense dinner, her mother dropped a bombshell. "We've been talking to the Patel family. Their son, Raj, is very interested in getting to know you." Maya's carefully constructed facade began to crumble. "I'm not interested in Raj," she said, her voice trembling slightly. "Don't be ridiculous, Maya," her father said, his voice stern. "He's a doctor, a good match for you. You should be grateful for this opportunity." "I want to choose my own life," Maya retorted, her voice rising. "Your life is our life," her mother said, her eyes filled with disappointment. "We've sacrificed everything for you. You owe us this?" The weight of their expectations, the guilt of disappointing them, was almost unbearable. Maya felt trapped, torn between her love for Liam and her duty to her family. She knew she had to make a choice that would define the rest of her life. Her confessions in the canyon. The pressure at home intensified. Maya found herself avoiding her parents, spending more and more time with Liam. She confessed her family's pressure and the impending meeting with Raj. Liam listened intently, his face etched with concern. "Maya, this is your decision," he said gently. "But I can't pretend it doesn't hurt. I love you, and I want to be with you. But I understand if it's too much." His honesty broke her heart. She loved Liam, but the idea of defying her family, of facing their disapproval, terrified her. Overwhelmed, Maya decided to take a drive, seeking solace in the vastness of the Angeles National Forest. As she drove along the winding canyon roads, she replayed her life in her mind. The sacrifices her parents had made, the expectations they held, and the undeniable happiness she felt with Liam. She reached a scenic overlook, the city sprawling beneath her like a glittering tapestry. The sun was setting, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. It was then, surrounded by the beauty of nature, that she made her decision. She called Liam. "Meet me at the overlook," she said, her voice trembling. "There's something I need to tell you." When Liam arrived, he found Maya standing at the edge of the cliff, her face illuminated by the dying light. "I've made a decision," she said, turning to face him. "I can't live my life according to someone else's expectations. I love you, Liam, and I choose you." Liam's face broke into a wide smile. He rushed to her, pulling her into a tight embrace. "I love you too, Maya," he whispered, burying his face in her hair. More than anything. But their moment of joy was short-lived. As they stood there, embracing, a car pulled up behind them. It was her parents, echoes of disapproval. Her parents emerged from the car, their faces a mixture of anger and disappointment. "Maya, what is the meaning of this?" her father demanded, his voice booming across the canyon. "Who is—" Maya took a deep breath and stepped forward, holding Liam's hand. "Mom, Dad, this is Liam. He's the man I love," her mother gasped, her eyes filled with disbelief. "An American? A struggling artist? Are you insane, Maya? We didn't raise you to throw your life away like this." "I'm not throwing my life away," Maya retorted, her voice firm. "I'm building a life with someone I love." "Love is not enough," Maya, her father said, his voice laced with bitterness. "You need security, stability. You need someone who understands our culture, our tradition." "I understand your culture and traditions," Mr. and Mrs. Sharma, Liam interjected, stepping forward. "And I respect them. But I also believe that Maya has the right to choose her own happiness." His words seemed to infuriate her father even more. You've turned her head, filled her with these ridiculous ideas. Stay away from my daughter." The argument escalated, voices rising and emotions flaring. Maya felt torn between her parents and Liam, desperate to find a middle ground. "Please, Mom, Dad, just try to understand," she pleaded, tears streaming down her face. "I love Liam. He makes me happy. Isn't that what you want for me?" Her mother shook her head sadly. "Happiness is fleeting, Maya. Family is forever. You're making a mistake you'll regret for the rest of your life." With those words, her parents turned and walked back to their car, leaving Maya and Liam standing alone in the gathering darkness. The silence was heavy, broken only by the sound of Maya's sobs. She knew that this was just the beginning of a long and difficult journey, but she also knew that she wasn't alone. She had Liam, and they had each other. Pearl of hope. The fallout from the canyon encounter was profound. Maya's parents essentially disowned her, cutting off contact and refusing to speak to her. She moved out of their house and into a small apartment with Liam. Life was hard. Maya worked tirelessly at her internship, trying to prove herself and secure a job after graduation. Liam struggled to make ends meet, balancing his art with odd jobs. They were constantly stressed, but their love for each other remained their aim. One day, Liam brought Maya to the community center in Eastlake where he was working on his mural. It was a vibrant, colorful depiction of the diverse communities that made up Los Angeles, a celebration of their shared humanity. "This is beautiful, Liam," Maya said, her voice filled with admiration. "It's like a mirror of our city." "That's what I wanted to capture," Liam said, smiling. "The beauty of our differences, the strength of our unity." As they stood there, hand in hand, Maya had an idea. "Why don't we incorporate our story into the mural?" Liam looked at her, intrigued. "What do you mean?" "We could add a small image, a symbol of our love, our struggle," Maya explained. "A reminder that love can transcend cultural boundaries." Together, they decided to add a small, intricate depiction of a ceramic elephant, intertwined with a California poppy, the state flower. It was a subtle but powerful symbol of their love, a testament to their resilience. As Liam worked on the mural, incorporating their story into its fabric, Maya focused on her future. She excelled at her internship, impressing her superiors with her intelligence and dedication. She started volunteering at a local legal aid clinic, helping immigrant families navigate the complex legal system. She wanted to make a difference, to use her skills to fight for justice and equality. Word about Liam's mural spread, and the community center organized a grand unveiling ceremony. The event was packed with people from all walks of life, celebrating the power of art and community. As Maya and Liam stood before the mural, hand in hand, they felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. They had faced adversity, defied expectations, and emerged stronger together, seeds of reconciliation. Weeks later, a crisp autumn breeze swept through Los Angeles. Maya sat at her desk, eyes glued to a complex legal document. The phone rang, and she glanced at the caller ID, a number she hadn't seen in months. It was her mother. Hesitantly, she answered, "Hello." A shaky voice responded, filled with a mix of emotion. "Maya, it's your mother." A wave of emotions washed over her, relief, anxiety, and a deep longing. "Mom, how are you?" We saw the mural, Maya, her mother continued, her voice trembling slightly. It's beautiful. And we saw the little elephant. Maya held her breath, waiting for the inevitable criticism. It didn't come. Your father, he's been thinking a lot. He misses you, Maya. We both do. Tears welled up in Maya's eyes. I miss you too, Mom. We were wrong, Maya, her mother confessed, her voice choked with emotion. We were so blinded by our own expectations that we forgot what truly mattered, your happiness. Does this mean, Maya began, her voice hopeful. It means we want to see you, Maya. We want to meet Liam. We want to be part of your life again. A wave of relief washed over Maya, so powerful it almost brought her to her knees. I don't know what to say, Mom. Just come home, Maya, her mother said softly. Come home. A week later, Maya and Liam stood nervously on the doorstep of her parents' house. It had been months since they had last seen them, and the tension in the air was palpable. The door opened, and her parents stood there, their faces etched with a mixture of apprehension and hope. Welcome home, Maya, her father said, his voice softer than she had ever heard it. They stepped inside, and the familiar aroma of spices and incense filled the air. It was like coming home after a long and arduous journey. The evening was filled with awkward silences and hesitant conversations, but as the night wore on, the walls began to crumble. Liam, with his genuine warmth and respect for their culture, slowly won over her parents. They saw his love for Maya, his dedication to his art, and his commitment to building a life together. By the end of the evening, a fragile peace had been established. It wasn't a complete reconciliation, but it was a start. A seed had been planted, a hope for a future where family and love could coexist. Sunset and Seoul. Years passed. Maya and Liam built a life together in Los Angeles. She became a successful lawyer, advocating for immigrant rights. Liam continued to create art, his murals adorning walls across the city, each one telling a story of hope, resilience, and the beauty of diversity. Her parents slowly but surely embraced Liam as part of their family. They celebrated holidays together, shared meals, and learned to appreciate their differences. They even started collecting ceramic elephants, a symbol of their daughter's love and her journey to find her own path. One evening, as the sun began to set over the Hollywood Hills, Maya and Liam stood on the rooftop bar where they had shared their first kiss. They were holding hands, watching the city lights twinkle below. Remember that first night, Maya said, smiling. I was so scared. Me too, Liam admitted, but I knew there was something special between us, something worth fighting for. They looked at each other, their eyes filled with love and gratitude. They had overcome obstacles, defied expectations, and built a life that was uniquely their own. Their love story, like the city they called home, was a tapestry of cultures, traditions, and dreams. It was a story of sunset and soul, a testament to the power of love to bridge divides and create beauty in the most unexpected places. Their story, echoed in countless other interracial relationships across Los Angeles, stood as a beacon of hope, a reminder that love knows no boundaries. Los Angeles, with its vibrant mix of cultures, had given them the space to find each other and build their own version of a happily ever after, forever bound by a love strong enough to rewrite their destinies.